The carefully researched genealogy of several accused witches. Their names weren't fully cleared until 2001. Everything you could ever want to know about Salem's history, from the Namkiag people to the Great Salem Fire of 1914. Sad that even children are named in the list of those accused witches, like Abigail Johnson, just 11. Sad that even children are named in the list of those accused witches. Let's see.
Hey, sorry about the mess. We're in the middle of installing a big showcase. So what have you seen in town so far?
We decided to do the Real Witches tour.
Oh, you talked to Olivia.
What's with her getup? Witch? Street magician, maybe?
Everyone has to make a living. Is she telling the story about a coven living here in the recent past?
Yeah. Why?
Just bad taste.
Olivia is quite the local character. I hope you don't mind if we do the tour. I want to see more of the town, and finding out a place's old superstitions is kind of a habit I've gotten into. I'm excited to look around the museum.
Of course.
Done. This looks great. Now to find a nice place to put it. Yes!
Well, we have the tickets. Let's go see the Lame Witch of Salem. Oops, I mean Real Witch.
Done. This looks great. Now to find a nice place to put it. That group is really chanting up a storm. What has them so angry?
What do we want now? What do we want?
Yes!
When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice!
Done. This looks great. Now to find a nice place to put it.
Well, we have the tickets. Let's go see the Lame Witch of Salem. Oops, I mean Real Witch.
Huh. Yes! Done. This looks great. Now to find a nice place to put it. Can't use that here. Yes! Done. This looks great. Now to find a nice place to put it.
When do we want it? Now!
Yes! There's something off about that bookcase. Need a closer look. Done. This looks great. Now to find a nice place to put it. Not yet.
When do we want it? Done. This looks great. Now to find a nice place to put it. When do we want it? Done. This looks great. Now to find a nice place to put it.
Uh-oh, here comes trouble.
Talk to you later. This tour sounds interesting.
Welcome on my tour.
Thank you. The road has completely collapsed into the sinkhole. No wonder they closed it off. The ground is still crumbling. No time to explore outside Salem's old town center until this case is closed. The road has completely collapsed into the sinkhole. No wonder they closed it off. The ground is still crumbling.
Oh there, watch your step. In recent years, these maws into the deep unknown have opened. There was once a vast network of tunnels beneath Salem, used by smugglers during the Prohibition era. Most would have you believe that these tunnels are now collapsing. But you have to wonder if there could be something more sinister behind these sudden maws into the underworld. The Salem Museum, known formerly as the Town Hall, not only a great resource for the Salem Witch Trials, it also holds records of other interesting facets of our local history. Anyone visiting Salem does well to seek out the forbidden knowledge hidden in these halls.
The carefully researched genealogy of several...
It was a time of horror, when the witches who walked the earth were wrongfully prosecuted and thus stripped of everything. These are the ghosts you'll find here in Salem. Their homes taken, their knowledge destroyed, their lives erased.
This spot gives me the chills.
You stand before the remains of Salem's most zealous and conniving judge. So lacking in morals was Judge Hathorne that he sentenced innocents to death while claiming the estates of the dead as his own. Unlike the more remorseful Judge Sewell, Hathorne never felt any guilt for his part in the Salem Witch Trials.
Not yet. There are some more things I'd like to look into before I'm done.
Come on, Drew.
Through these woods lies the infamous Hathorn Estate. It was common during the Salem Witch Trials that the lands of the accused were taken and resold for cheap. The judge himself bought many such lands, and on them built his grand estate. The Hathorn House has since come to represent all the wrongs that were inflicted during the trial.
Bring light into the darkness. Bring light into the dark.
Before you stands Abigail Hathorn, helping the accused witches escape the grasp of her own brother, Judge Hathorn himself. Abigail freed many from their holding cells until the judge caught her in the act and locked her up in a cell deep within the Hathorn house. The statue was given the name Little Liberty in honor of her valiant efforts to free the innocent.
Bring light. Huh.
These headstones bear names lost to history, but some believe they belong to those sentenced for witchcraft. A condemned witch was forbidden from being buried on consecrated ground, but many victims were buried by loved ones in secrecy, and some may have found their eternal rest beneath these unmarked graves.
Now that I've toured this town, I can see why everyone would want to protest. Whole place seems kind of morbid, right? Anyway, can we see the judge now?
thinking about you. How's the investigation going? Any new leads?
Hey, Dad. I feel like I'm making headway.
Leaving no stone unturned? Things aren't always what they seem.
Yeah, I know that, Dad. I'm meticulous as always.
Atta girl. Unfortunately, your good old dad has some cases of his own that require his attention. But keep me updated on your progress.
Will do. Talk to you later. Love you.
Love you too, kiddo. Bye.
Hi. You've reached the phone of Private Investigator Deirdre Shannon. I'm working on an important case and can't come to the phone right now. But if you have any information you'd like to share, please leave a message after the beep.
Professional. Deirdre is taking this very seriously. Hey, this is Nancy Drew. I have a couple more questions if you don't mind.
Oh, hello. I remember you, yes.
Sorry. Forgot about the time zones.
It's fine, it's fine. What did you want to ask me?
I want to know more about victims of witch trials.
I see. Well, my focus lies on the Salem Witch Trials in and around Mosum Castle in the late 1600s. A clear but unusual pattern emerged for arresting, torturing, and executing at least 139 people.
How awful. What do you mean by a pattern?
The victims were social outcasts, disabled, homeless, poor. Over half of them were mere children and juveniles that gathered in gangs of beggars and petty thieves to survive. Uncommonly, more than 2/3 of the accused witches in this case were male.
That's so sad. They didn't stand a chance.
Indeed, their low social status left them vulnerable to public scorn and persecution, as they had no one to vouch for their whereabouts. One young man in particular was sought after but never found, Jakob Kohler. The rumors of his black magic grew wilder by the day, spiraling into a witch-hunting craze.
This is worrisome. I don't want the same thing to happen in Salem a second time.
All the more important to educate about the past. Anything else you'd like to ask?
Can you tell me any more about Judge Sewell?
Yes. Samuel Sewell was a man plagued by remorse about the Salem Witch Trials for the rest of his life. He came to realize witchcraft does not exist and saw misfortunes in his personal life as punishment from God for condemning innocent people on insubstantial evidence.
At least he came to his senses, but too late to save the trial victims.
I believe he tried to make amends in other ways. Although not free of problematic views at the time, Sewell did strongly protest against slavery, composing the earliest recorded anti-slavery tract of what was to become the United States.
I'm not sure if that helps my investigation, but it's nice to hear people can learn and do better.
Indeed. Any more questions?
Did you find any more secrets on AW inside Judge Sewell's desk?
Nothing you hadn't already uncovered. It's an intriguing design, however, one that would become popular throughout Europe a century later, under the famous German cabinet maker, David Röntgen.
I wonder how Sewell managed to be ahead of his time. The ghost of carpentry yet to come?
What? The world has always been filled with crafty artisans. Another example of mechanical trick vessels and furniture can be found much earlier, in the 12th century works of chief engineer Ismail al-Jazari. But I'm getting carried away.
Wish I had the chance to crack the Book of Apologies, too. The AW lock. You have no idea what that could be referring to.
I'm afraid not. I've looked up a few options but found nothing I consider plausible. I'm sorry I cannot be of more help here, but if you find out, please let me know. I'm very curious about this myself.
All right, thanks anyway. I'm on it.
Right. Good. Any more questions?
I'll let you get back to your evening. Night? Thank you for taking time for me. It was nice talking to you again.
You're welcome. Please stay in touch with any historical discoveries you make. I'd greatly appreciate it.
Will do.
Sorry to break it to you, but I'm ghosting you. Try again later. Or don't.
At least she's honest.
Hello, you've reached the voicemail inbox of Ned Nickerson. I apologize that I did not come to the phone in a timely fashion. Please feel free to leave a message after the beep.
Hi, Nancy. Hope everything's okay. I'm a little busy right now, but I can take a question or two. What can I help you with?
Hey, Tegan. Of course, everything's fine. Just checking in with you.
Oh, don't worry about me. I'm sorry for being snappy earlier. I've just been so... I've got everything under control. It's May that worries me. She acts tough, but she's still just a kid. And it makes me so angry that people will jump to conclusions when they don't even know her.
I understand that. I promise I won't judge her unfairly. But also, don't forget to take care of yourself.
Thank you. I'll try not to let the town get to me.
I'm good for now. I'll let you get back to work.
All right, see you tonight. I hope you make good progress today. May doesn't show it, but she's really counting on you.
Thanks. I'll do my best to get to the bottom of this. See you soon. The Salem Museum. Prime address for local history and information on the infamous witch trials.
How's the investigating going? Any progress with May?
I've got some leads. I haven't had much progress with May, though. I was wondering if I could ask you a couple of questions, if you have time.
Sure thing. How can I help?
What's this new showcase about?
Yes, this new showcase is going to be really cool. Just in time for Halloween, you know?
But what is it about?
If you come back on Halloween, I'll show you.
Can I show you something? I found this letter at your house, and I'm curious who wrote it.
Let me see it.
Do you recognize it?
No, I don't. Were you digging through our trash?
I saw it. Couldn't help myself. What can I say? I love a good puzzle.
It's trash. Can you keep your assistant out of my garbage?
She's not my...
Assistant isn't really the right word.
I can think of others.
Fine. Anything else?
Nancy doesn't let any details slip by her, no matter how mundane. And that just might be what we need to help May.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know what it is. I've never seen it before. Could be one of May's weird friends from school, for all I know. Okay?
I thought she didn't really have any friends.
Well, I don't know who wrote it, okay?
Do you think your claim on Hathorn House and the arson are related?
I sure think so.
And why is that? Because they're accusing May?
Bingo. They're going after my family because they can't get to me. Someone thinks they can intimidate me. Well, they have no idea how stubborn a Perry can be.
Do you have any more information about the Salem Witch Trials?
Did the exhibitions manage to spark your interest?
They did. I found this display showing the ancestry of the accused, but it didn't seem fully complete. I was wondering if you had more information stored here somewhere.
Well, we do have the upper floor, which is also where I keep most of my accused witches stuff.
Would it be okay for me to go up there? I'd really like getting a better picture of the history of Salem.
Usually we don't allow people up on the second floor. It's restricted. But maybe just this once I can make an exception. You are here to help, after all. So if you think it would benefit you, feel free to go up there.
Thank you.
I'll open the door for you. It's actually really cool. The stairs are hidden behind a bookcase. Hold on.
originals? These books must be hundreds of years old. No wonder they're restricted. I hope their information is still open to the public, at least. Someone's a busy bee. Old court protocols, ancestry records. Tegan is really digging deep into the witch trials.
How's the investigating going? Any progress with May?
So what's the deal with these pumpkins?
Oh, yeah. I've prepared some pumpkins that visitors can carve and bring with them to place around Salem. Feel free to give it a try if you want. It's really fun and completely free.
Talk to you later. Yes! Done. This looks great. Now to find a nice place to put it. Bring light into dark.
Carson Drew's home number. For business inquiries, please call my office and I'll get back to you. Anyone else is welcome to leave a message after the beep.
Yes!
Uh-oh, here comes trouble.
There's this statue in the cemetery.
Little Liberty. A highlight of my tour. Many people come here just to get a picture of it. It is said to portray Abigail Hathorne helping the accused witches escape the trials. Some even believe that Abigail's ghost still walks the forest surrounding the Hathorne house, her twisted soul now dragging the living into the afterlife.
Talk to you later.
Hey, what are you doing?
He's a judge, Deirdre. He's not gonna bite. Hello? Judge Danforth.
Yeah, hello. Ted? Is that you?
Ted?
No, Your Honor. My name is Nancy Drew. I think you've spoken with my father.
Nancy Drew? Carson's daughter?
Yes, and I'm with my friend Deirdre Shannon. We're investigating the arson of the Hathorne house.
Ah, yes, yes.
Can we come in?
Well, you see, no, I mean, I'd let you in, but I seem to have been locked in my office and I need some help getting out.
I was hoping we could talk about the Hathorne house case.
Yes, it's a terrible tragedy for our town, but let's table that discussion for later, okay? I'd like to get out of my office first.
I wanted to talk to you about the Book of Apologies. You know, the book in Austria. At the Mosam Castle?
Yes, Nancy, I would love to talk about it, but I would really love if we could do it in person, face to face, as opposed to through this door.
Do you know where I could find a key to your office?
Yes, I believe I gave a copy of the key to Alicia Cole as backup. She's just down the hall. I hope she's still here.
Now that I've toured this town, I can see why everyone would want to protest. Whole place seems kind of morbid, right? Anyway, can we see the judge now?
Hi, so sorry to bother you at this hour, but we're here to meet with Judge Danforth, and he seems to be locked inside his office.
He said you might have a key.
Sorry, I gave him my spare. Unbelievable. Does this ever end?
Oh, well then, do you have a paperclip?
Yeah. And if you don't mind me asking, what business do you two have with the judge?
We're helping the judge with a case.
Anything I can assist you with?
Thanks, but I think we got it. No need for a lawyer. At least, not yet.
The diploma gave me away, huh?
Aside from the cold coffee you're still drinking and the deluxe open box of sticky tabs, yeah, you could say I know the type really well.
Nancy Drew, you really are your father's daughter. It's nice to finally meet you.
You know my dad?
Small world. If you need any assistance or more paper clips, feel free to ask. Yes, can I help you?
I'll come back later. Hello? Judge Danforth. I'll come back later. Judge Danforth? I couldn't find your key.
What? Alicia said she'd keep a copy for me.
Well, I did find a paperclip. I think I can pick your lock, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, sure, fine.
This shouldn't be too much of a challenge.
Efficient. How'd you learn to do that, actually?
Online video tutorial.
Someday you have to tell me about your secret life of breaking and entering, Drew. Because you're in danger of being cool. Which, honestly, I just don't like.
Someday.
Ah, those protesters are out there again, stirring the pot. You know, this town used to be a quiet place, but it seems lately there's been an element that has infiltrated our community. I have no doubt one of those troublemakers locked my door and threw away the key. Now, Nancy, your father and I have discussed.
Oh, sorry. I'm not Nancy.
Of course you're not. You look nothing like Carson. Did your father ever tell you about the time we won 4th place at the Lake Winnipesaukee Regatta? You see, at the time I had 20/10 vision, so I was the navigator and...
Judge, this is Deirdre Shannon. She's working with me on the case.
Deirdre, you're the one who tried to break down my door.
Breakdown?
Your Honor, that's an exaggeration. I was knocking. Heavily.
Look, I'm really busy, dealing with this Hathorn House business. Being a judge is not as simple as, you know, investigating during your free time.
Well, we just used our free time to unlock your door. So I'm sure you'll be willing to repay us with some answers to our questions. Right?
Yes, of course. What can I help you girls with?
Can you explain to us how you're involved with the Hathorn House?
Well, yes. The house was built by Judge John Hathorn during the 1600s, and it represented the oldest surviving structure from that era. Judge Hathorn, of course, was one of the 3 judges that presided over the Salem Witch Trials.
Yes, and I'm sure we can read all about the home's history in Salem's museum.
More recently, Frances Tuttle, Judge Hathorn's last direct descendant, lived in a small section of the house while the rest was left to fall into considerable disrepair. She was alone, except for a part-time caregiver, Lauren Holt, who had a bedroom in the carriage house. A few months ago, Frances Tuttle passed away, which left Hathorn House without a legal heir. According to the historical statutes of Salem, after 90 days, the house reverts to public property. The deadline of which is 2 days from now, at midnight.
So the Book of Apologies. Why did you really need it?
Yes, and first of all, I'm so glad you're all right. Nasty business. Had I known you were going to be put in harm's way, I would have never called Carson and asked for his help.
I've done plenty of work for my father. Trust me, I can handle myself.
Yes, I'm sure you can.
So I've already heard some stories, but would you mind giving me your version of why the book is important?
Yes, so Judge Sewell was rumored to keep a ledger of all the accused, intending to publish it to reconcile with their families and clear their names. But he passed away before he could do so.
Going to Austria for a rumored book seems like a heck of a long shot.
Well, I have been under some pressure from the AW group. AW as in accused witches.
So, how did Frances Tuttle pass away exactly?
The woman was 88 years old. The coroner confirmed her death was of natural causes.
So they never investigated Lauren Holt.
You need the suspicion of foul play to investigate someone, young lady.
We'd like to speak with her all the same.
She still lives on the estate, although for how much longer we do not know. You can also find her in her shop, Luminous Infusions. She might be willing to talk to you.
How valid is the claim the accused witches have against the Hathorn house?
I have been working with Tegan Perry, the organizer of that group. The Book of Apologies would have presented evidence Miss Perry could use for her claim.
And without it...
Their case is incomplete. According to the statutes of Salem established in 1629, property ownership was placed under the vacuum domicilium doctrine, meaning that any unused land would be made available to any member of the public who was willing to settle on it. This comes into effect 90 days after the land is abandoned, at midnight, meaning it will happen with the Hathorn estate in 2 days.
I was told that the burning of Hathorn House is suspected to be a case of arson. How did the police come to that conclusion?
The investigation found paint solvent residue on burnt embers, suggesting someone deliberately used an accelerant. Thankfully, Mrs. Tuttle never had to see what became of her home.
And what evidence do you have that May Perry is the one responsible for this?
Evidence? Have you ever heard of recidivism? 3 out of 4 criminals in the United States are repeat offenders. And there's only one person in all of Salem who has a history of fire-related crime.
So, there is no evidence.
Not yet, but there will be.
You don't need evidence. She's already been convicted in the court of public opinion.
Is that what she said?
No, I'm saying it.
She has a history with this sort of thing.
What's May's motive? What does she gain by burning down the Hathorn house?
You'd have to ask her. And while you're at it, you can ask about her alibi, which she refused to give to the police. So, any other questions?
Don't you think it's dangerous throwing around May's name as a suspect before any evidence links her to the crime?
What do you mean? What are you saying?
From what you've described, there is no evidence against May. Yet you were saying that she did it. As a judge, I think you would be the first to admit that sounds prejudicial.
It is not just me, Miss True. There are plenty of people who believe that May is responsible for this crime. It is not prejudice when she is the only likely suspect.
Actually, that is the definition of prejudice.
I'm not going to have this debate with you. Is there anything else?
Talk to you later.
Miss True, before you go, there is something else I need your help with.
You're not locked out of your car, are you?
Oh, no. There was an incident here recently. Someone broke into the evidence room.
Oh. Have you called the police?
Well, no, not yet. I don't think anything was taken. Never mind. I'll call the police. Thank you for your time.
Okay, I'm officially exhausted. Let's head back to the Perry house, okay?
What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it?
So, any thoughts?
First album was better.
Yeah, totally. It's good.
Really? You like this?
Why wouldn't I?
Yeah, well, they were much better before they changed their bassist.
I meant the case. What do you think about it?
I don't like the judge.
Yeah, I kinda got that. I think the feeling's mutual.
Well, he's a jerk. Maybe he burned down the Hathorn house. What? You don't think so?
I really need to talk to May before I lean in any direction.
And you will, once you've gained her trust. Why haven't you done that yet?
Because I'm in the car talking to you. If May were willing to give an alibi, we could clear this up tonight. She's not talking to anyone, it seems. We are all allowed to enjoy some amount of privacy, but her refusal to be interviewed leads me to believe she is hiding something.
I can't believe you, Drew. I thought you were here to help. You know, not everyone can be as brilliant and cold as you are.
I'm not cold, and I never said I was brilliant either.
You need to get May to trust you. If she trusts you, she'll open up and tell you the truth. And then you'll see. You're kind of my last hope to reach her. You're good at finding ways to get people to open up. Usually. So find a way.
I'll try. A leopard print lighter. Why here? Better hang on to this. Hi. We saw Tegan at the museum. Looks like she's working on an interesting installation.
Why don't you ask her?
Well, I thought you might have an opinion, or...
I don't. Can you just leave her out of this? I don't want her being involved with my problems.
So, we met this interesting woman named Olivia.
We all know about Olivia and her magic.
I thought it was pretty cool.
Good for you.
Hey, what are you listening to?
You like this?
Yeah, we were listening on the way over. First album was much better. Yeah, too bad they changed bassists.
Yeah, I know, right? It's just, you don't look like you listen to this music.
Why does no one believe me?
Now you know how I feel.
Look, I spoke with the judge. They don't have anything on you. All we need is an alibi, and then they can't charge you with anything.
And they're not going to have anything on me, because he can't prove I did it.
Then why not just give the police an alibi? That's all they need.
I just can't. It's not only about me, okay?
Okay, I understand. But I can't help you or anyone else if I don't know who they are.
Just, I appreciate what you're trying to do, but I can't.
Do you and the judge know each other? Have a history?
The man thinks I'm a bad influence.
Why?
Because I used to be friends with his son. His son has had an interesting life, and he thinks it's my fault. He holds a grudge against me.
Really? That sounds surprising.
You live in a small town long enough, people make up their minds about who you are. Doesn't matter if it's true or not. It just is.
Can you tell me anything about Olivia Ravencroft? Anything at all?
I can tell you she doesn't get along with my sister.
Really? Why?
I don't know. They had some falling out a while ago. You should ask her.
Do you think Olivia would have any reason to light the Hathorn house on fire?
Let me put it this way. Olivia is what we call in this town part of the witch business. Anything dramatic, spectacular, or with fire, she's usually involved.
So you think she did it?
I didn't say that. I just think it's possible that she could have.
Okay, thanks. May, I know you don't know me that well, but I'm here to help you.
I didn't burn down the Hathorn house.
Okay. Why does everyone think you did?
It's called prejudice. I look different. Or something like that.
That doesn't seem like a good reason to burn down a building.
What can I say? We're stupid. I can't believe it's gone.
Did you ever visit the estate?
All the time. I appreciated it.
Oh? Why? Because it's historically significant?
It was built by a cold, brutal man who sent a bunch of people to their death because he didn't understand them. I appreciate being reminded of what happens when greedy people stay in charge.
Did you know Frances Tuttle very well?
No. But I know her daughter Lauren has that shop, Luminous Infusions.
You ever been inside?
No, why would I go there?
I was just wondering if you knew her.
I don't. I mean, I know she used to hang with my sister back in the day. I guess they fell out or something, that's all I know.
Your sister really cares about you.
She has a strange way of showing it sometimes.
Well, she cared enough to get Deirdre and I involved.
I worry about her.
How come?
She takes her work really seriously. Like, she cares. A lot. Like, way more than most normal people do for their passion projects. It's not a hobby, it's more like something she has to do.
Kinda sounds like me.
I hope not. It's like her personal crusade, like only she can make it better or something. You can't live your life like that. You need to enjoy it. Enjoy it with people you love.
Yeah, believe me, I know. Have you ever seen this lighter before?
Wow. I lost this days ago. Where'd you find it?
Outside the front door.
Are you always snooping around?
I have a knack for finding things that other people miss.
Thanks. This means a lot to me. I'm done talking, okay?
Well?
She's protecting something. Or someone.
Okay, yeah, obvi. But what?
I don't know yet. I'm getting through to her, though. We have to go to the Hathorn house. Tonight.
Tonight? Like, in the dark?
Yeah. Do you have flashlights?
You do remember what I told you about that place, right?
You know what? Better idea. I'll go. You stay here and see if maybe May feels like talking to you.
Be careful out there, Drew.
There's no such thing as ghosts, Deirdre. I'll be fine.
No, not ghosts. People swear there's something in that house. Too many people believe it to not be true. Could be a wild animal or a toxic waste dump, I don't know. Just keep your guard up, okay?
Wow, that was really sweet.
All right, let's not hug or anything. You should check in with Lauren Holt. She still lives up there. Take the keys for my car. It's way too far of a walk all the way there. And remember, things happen after midnight in Salem. Be careful.
Hey, you reached Carson Drew's home number. For business inquiries, please call my office and I'll get back to you. Anyone else is welcome to leave a message after the beep.
Hey, this is Nancy Drew. I have a couple more questions if you don't mind.
Oh, hello. I remember you, yes.
Sorry. Forgot about the time zones.
It's fine, it's fine. What did you want to ask me?
I'll let you get back to your evening. Night? Thank you for taking time for me. It was nice talking to you again.
You're welcome. Please stay in touch with any historical discoveries you make. I'd greatly appreciate it.
Will do. Not creepy. Not at all. Frank!
Nancy, you sound excited.
Yeah, well, guess where I am right now.
I, wouldn't even begin to. Salem, Massachusetts.
Joe, how the heck did you guys know?
We read about the Hathorn house in the Globe. Suspected arson.
Your name was mentioned. Not as a suspect, obviously. Tegan Perry mentioned she had hired you to investigate.
Hired? Huh. That's news to me. I came here as a favor for Deirdre.
Deirdre Shannon? Wow, that's surprising.
Yeah, it's a strange case all around. So, what can I help you guys with?
Well, we're working this case, and a few legal questions have arisen.
My father would probably be more helpful than me, guys.
Yeah, well, we'd prefer to call you because of, you know, history.
What my brother is trying to say is that there are some similarities to an old case we worked on.
Sure. If you want to send me your notes, I can look them over for you.
Great. That's great.
Salem's pretty close to Boston. If you guys have the time, you should come up here and check it out while I'm in town.
Really? Yeah. It would be good to catch up.
I don't know, Nancy. With our special detective powers, we might be mistaken for witches. Heard they don't fare well up there.
Are you kidding me? They love you guys. Did you know that Salem is the only police force that has a witch as an official emblem?
I don't think that's true.
I'll bet you on it.
Okay, you're on. I'll take payment when we arrive in Salem. Maybe in a week or so.
A week?
Hopefully I won't be here then. But if you can make it up earlier, great.
Good talking to you, Nance.
Yeah, same to you two. Bye. Creepy. Are you Lauren Holt?
You're trespassing. This is private property. I'm giving you one chance to explain yourself.
I need to speak with Lauren Holt.
So, what?
Well, I wanted to talk to her about Frances Tuttle.
Why? Did you know her or something?
No, but I want to.
She was a great woman.
I believe it. She was the former owner of this place, right?
Yeah. You can come in.
Hi, my name is Nancy Drew.
Lauren Holt, but you knew that. T?
Please, you've lived here a while?
Since I was 11. Ever since Frances. Sorry. Still hurts. She was very special to me. So... You're here because why again?
I'm investigating the fire.
For whom, exactly?
A cousin of the Perrys. It seems like everyone thinks she did it, but there's no evidence.
The Perrys are complicated.
Do you think May did it?
Maybe. I don't know. Used to feel sorry for her, but I don't know what she's capable of now. Or Tegan, or both of them. The Perrys look out for themselves, and no one else. Always have. Sorry, I've just been under a lot of stress lately. I don't mean to sound like that. Anyway, what do you want to know?
Is Luminous Infusions your shop?
Yes.
What do you do there? Just curious.
It's a tea room and modern apothecary. You know, before there was a pharmacist, the town relied on an herbalist to provide medicines for headaches and sickness and energy and stuff like that.
Interesting. Did Frances Tuttle teach you this?
No, I taught myself.
Oh, cool. What can you tell me about the history of the Hathorn House?
Built by Judge John Hathorn in 1695, the man flat out stole the land from the people he sentenced to death. Property has changed hands many times over the years, with Frances Tuttle being the most recent owner.
I really do appreciate you talking to me.
It's hard. Look, I don't really know who set fire to the house, but I know that I want to stay here. It means something to me. It's the only home I've ever had.
What were you doing 2 nights ago?
2 nights ago? Why? The house was burned a week ago.
Different case. Might be related.
I was in my shop, like I was every night.
Anyone see you?
Tourists. No one who is still in town, but I have sales receipts to prove it. You come by Luminous Infusions, and I'll show you.
Have you looked for the will?
Of course, but I can't find it. Believe me, I've tried to find it, and now the judge has given me days to deliver or the town will take control. I don't have a copy, but I know one exists. Frances told me all the time that the Hathorn House and its grounds would be mine if something ever happened to her. She knew that I would take care of this place better than anyone else.
What happens to you?
I won't be here anymore. But I have representation, a professional lawyer. Her name's Alicia Cole. She's helping me out.
So, I saw the ghost out in the cemetery.
The scarecrow?
Yeah, I've heard there were ghosts out here, but all I saw was that.
Do you believe in ghosts?
I've seen a lot of weird things. So far, I've yet to find one without a rational explanation.
Then there's nothing to talk about.
But why does everyone think there are ghosts out here?
A town this old is bound to have some unbelievable stories.
So you've seen one?
You don't live here. You wouldn't understand.
So you have?
I'm getting a little tired. I think we've talked enough, don't you?
Of course. Thanks for your time. I appreciate it. Whoever is doing this, you're not frightening me away! Not possible. That's not possible.
Curse not the darkness.
It's not real. It's not...
Drew! What's going on? You aren't answering your phone. What's wrong?
I saw it. Or her. I guess it could have been a him too. It was too confusing to really make out.
What are you talking about?
The ghost, Deirdre. The ghost in Hathorn's house. The one you were talking about. I saw it.
Wow. Never thought you'd try to pull a joke like this. I underestimated you. This is a really good performance. Very un-Nancy Drew-like.
It's not a joke. Deirdre, I saw her. Didn't you want me to see it? Didn't you want me to look into it?
Well, yeah, but I didn't think for a second that you would. I guess I thought you'd go up there and find smoke and mirrors or whatever it is you do. You're saying it's real?
I don't know what I'm saying. I'm not used to being so freaked out.
Wait, you didn't leave my car out there, did you?
What? No. I've calmed down enough to drive back. It's outside.
Good. I could get you more chowder.
Don't think it'll help. I need answers.
Okay, so let's go through it.
I do find her strangely calming. Okay. I don't know how to explain it, but I saw something.
I don't know what to tell you, Drew. It's as weird as moon chunk cheese ice cream and sandals with socks. But my instinct is
that the two are related. The fire and the ghosts.
Right. You're not buying Olivia's story that some coven of witches came here to unleash ghosts to take revenge by burning it down, though. Right?
Right, I think. It's unlikely anyway.
You really think what you saw was real?
It's worse than that. I think in order to know, I need to see it again, and you need to come with me, tomorrow.
Okay, and then we can plan road trips to find Bigfoot and aliens and the Loch Ness Monster.
Hey, sounds fun to me. Found out something interesting from Lauren Holt. Did you know that Francis Tuttle had a will?
Judge Danforth never mentioned that.
Because they can't find it, they assume it doesn't exist.
So if it does exist, Lauren would get the estate.
Yeah. And that lawyer, Alicia Cole, represents her.
How's that working out for her?
There doesn't seem to be much progress made.
Yeah, well, without a will, what can she really do?
It's been a long day. I think I'm just gonna call it a night.
You do look kinda... Well, maybe don't video chat with the boyfriend. At least not until you get the twigs out of your hair.
I appreciate your concern. Hey.
What? You want that chowder now? The offer expired.
I was going to say, we make a pretty good team.
See? That's proof right there. You are definitely hallucinating.
There's always an explanation. Gotta remember that.
What is the town of Greenwich, New York?
Sorry?
They have a witch on their emblem.
We won!
Really?
Sending you a pic. When can we expect payment?
That's a fire department logo. I said police.
Public safety. It's all the same. A technicality.
There's something I have to get off my chest. I saw a ghost.
Sorry, what?
This case. I've never seen anything like it. It felt real. I can't explain it.
What is it? What's wrong?
Hold on. Say no more. It just so happens that ghost hunting is our specialty.
Wait, what?
We're not passing on a chance like this. Be there before you know it.
Only if you really want to. Talk to you later. Yeah?
Good morning, sunshine.
What time is it?
It's early. Hurry up, get dressed, and meet me downstairs. I have something to cheer you up.